Jimmy, just Sammy Hellenius, you guys are here, Rayner and Abbotsford. Just maybe a chance for him to get a couple games in while you guys have practice days, and I mean he hasn't played in a little bit.
Yeah, really good opportunity since we're already here. He'll play tonight, and we'll see what happens after that. But hasn't played a lot recently, so get him in some games and see how he does.
Anything you want to see from him, or has he been more a victim of just like the numbers and kind of guys coming back into the lineup?
Yeah, we really like him. He's played very well. He's done everything we've asked. Um, this is just a chance to get him a little more ice time, and he'll be back in with us before too long.
Welcome Joel Edmondson back last night. Seemed to just be a typical Eddie style game. I know he wasn't out that long, but did you see what you wanted from him in his first game?
Yeah, I thought he was really good, and just what he brings to us, just in poise, and size, in competitiveness around our net. It's important for us, and we missed him when he was out, and I think you just saw again when he gets back in there just how difficult it is for them to get to the net, and yeah, just a really important player for us.
Pretty much all season you guys have been toward the top of the league defensively, but really these last 4 or 5 games now, it's really seemed to be very consistent and tight. What have you liked in these last 5 games about how well the team has played to deny scoring opportunities?
Well, I think you go on the road. We were a little loose at home for a couple of those games. Goaltending was very good. You go on the road, if you don't play strong defense on the road, it makes it really hard to win. We're seeing that we've played strong defense and still come up a little bit short. So I was just impressed with the players being that committed to get back on the road and play that style of game and get back in that frame of mind as quick as they have. Those are all really good signs for me. So we'll continue to go at it tomorrow, probably with the same mindset, and try to find a few more goals.
Jim, it goes up and down for every team often. A little bit of a lull offensively. What type of approach can you take? I guess the common concept is that it's easier to teach defense than offense, but what kind of approach do you try to tell you guys to get to better spots to score or whatever?
Yeah, not waste opportunities. And as we track some of our chances, it's not like we're not creating chances at all. Our chances are actually up in some of these games. So sometimes the product of the other team's goaltender, it's bounces. And usually, to get out of those things is you want to do 2 things. You want to get a few more pucks in the direction of the net, and you want to make sure our players are going to the net and in front of the goaltender, not standing off to the side. You'd like to think there's some fancy formula. There really isn't. And you got to go to the net, you got to get in front of the goalie, you got to bring pucks there, you got to bang in a lucky one, and then usually things just change. And it seems to be magical, and there's not really a lot of magic in it.
Have you noticed maybe 1 or 2 guys, like on that same sentiment, that have maybe a cooling off period right now? It's, as opposed to maybe singling them out, what's the coach's balance of just kind of encouraging that type of production, but without trying to kind of dampen what they're already probably thinking about?
Yeah, I think it's hard on an individual level. I think, we talk about it on a team level. We show clips of what we're doing well. Hey, there's some opportunities we've missed because of this. And I think it's just a general team mindset. So if the team plays that way, the players can get themselves involved that way, and the goals start to come again. But it's nothing that we're concerned about at any level. Again, if we weren't getting any chances at all, we'd be like, what's going on? That's just not it. We like how we're playing. We're confident, and we'll just go back at it. And just try not to overreact to some of those things, the fluctuations that come in a season.
I think it was in one of the fan Q&As that you had done, but I kind of remember you saying, sometimes when you go through a stretch like this offensively, maybe cater the practice to support the players offensively a little bit. How do you do that? How do you structure a practice that way?
Well, the way you can have more 2-on-1 drills, more 3-on-2 low drills around the net, puts the forwards in a better position to score, to get looks, maybe feel a little bit better. So yeah, that's always the thought, but I don't think we're there yet, to be honest with you. I like how we're playing. We're playing hard. We'll just keep doing it.
Have you seen that around the league? Like, is this the time of year when more teams, like I've seen with Vancouver, they've tightened up a fair bit in the last little while? Is that?
I think the league gets tighter as the season progresses, just generally. I don't think there's team specific, and I just think a lot of times teams just go up and down with bounces, with how you're feeling, how the pucks are going in for you. You usually get a little bounce in your step if you're scoring. That can lead to more scoring. So yeah, I think teams go through this as the season progresses, and especially as you get tighter and tighter towards the second half.
The other day you talked about maybe prioritizing like energy and rest sometimes over the on ice, and today was a partial group. I'm wondering if you see the power play as maybe an area that could use the on ice. Like, is it harder to make power play changes when you don't have as many like full practices?
Yeah, I mean, you can hear sometimes it's counterintuitive. You can over practice any part of your game also. Sometimes you put such an emphasis on it. I've seen it many times. It goes like this, people get tight. So it's an area that we practice regularly, like others. But yeah, again, we don't want to overemphasize it and try to freeze anybody out.